Hey, how's it going everybody? It's Tanner here, and welcome back to a new Ninjago Season 11 Ice Chapter review and discussion video here on the channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about episode 23 of the Ninjago Season 11 story entitled The Secret of the Wolf. Now, this episode reveals a whole lot, in case you already didn't know, about Akita's character, who is of course revealed to be this wolf the entire time, and that's basically the big, thing that's happening in this episode. But before we get started by jumping right into the plot, let me explain how these work really quick for those of you guys that might be new. So for starters, what I do is I talk about the good things that I enjoyed about the episode, then I jump into some of the things that I really didn't care for, and then at the end of the video, I will give the episode that I'm reviewing a score out of 10. So let's go ahead and jump right into this episode's plot. So again, the episode basically reveals a lot about Akita's origin and what she is. She's a formling, we already knew that, but you know, this episode makes it extra apparent, and it's revealed to Lloyd for the first time, and it's pretty funny. I mean, not gonna lie, but it's also kind of weird. We'll get more into that later. And overall, the episode itself sees Lloyd basically traverse on his journey, while the Ice Emperor gets a little bit more clued in about what Lloyd is doing and what his actual plans are. So some good things that I enjoyed: I love seeing the Titan mech in action. As I've said in a previous review video, the Titan mech is one of my favorite Ninjago mechs. I think it looks awesome. I definitely love the design for this thing, and I'm a huge, fan of giant robots in general, so seeing this thing fight, you know, as cool of a design as it is, it definitely put a smile on my face, insert Thanos reference here, and overall I found its fight scenes to be very enjoyable. And finally, it's fighting off some rock monsters and not animals for once, so props to the Ninjago team for ending animal cruelty. All jokes aside though, the fight scenes were actually pretty well coordinated, but what wasn't very well coordinated was basically Lloyd's reaction to seeing Akita. Now don't get me wrong, Akita is adorable and I love her so much. She's definitely one of my favorite Ninjago characters from this season at least, but Lloyd's reaction to her being a human, I'm sorry, it doesn't really seem in character for Lloyd. Lloyd basically spent the last, several episodes talking to this random wolf, and suddenly it's revealed to be a human, and what does Lloyd do? Rather than express interest and say, hey, I didn't know you were a human, he decides to immediately start arguing with Akita, which, you know, I guess is fine, I suppose. But, you know, he starts going on about how Akita betrayed him, she lied to him, all this stuff, and it's like, she's not Harumi. It's like, calm down, Lloyd. All seriousness though, Akita actually did not lie or do anything like that. She just didn't reveal her true form, and I don't really know what the big deal was between that and Lloyd. Maybe Lloyd had some personal issues, maybe he felt a little embarrassed talking about, you know, his life to a wolf, and then turns out the wolf can actually understand him. I don't know, it just kind of felt fuzzy there, in all honesty. But I still really enjoyed the banter between Lloyd and Akita nonetheless. I still thought it was pretty well done for the time being, and I'm sure that relationship will grow. I've already seen the spoilers, so, you know, I know the relationship will grow, but they definitely start off having these sibling-type relationship arguments, so I'm curious to see how that will evolve moving forward. And otherwise, I guess for a bad thing, I could say that the Ice Emperor wasn't utilized enough, but I can tell that the Ninjago team right now is kind of teasing him a little bit in terms of episodes, and they're actually teasing him a little bit in the story. They don't really want to fully reveal what he's all about yet, and I can respect that. I don't think they should rush that. I feel like they should actually have that be, introduced when it's naturally time for it. And in the meantime, this episode was simply about Lloyd getting to know Akita a little bit more. And as for a final score for this episode, well, I'm not really too sure about that. I'm kind of conflicted, honestly, but I suppose for the time being, I will give it a 7 out of 10 for everything I just listed in my review. Definitely not a bad episode, but there's some stuff in here that I, could do without, and there's some stuff in here that I feel like wouldn't actually happen, but that's neither here nor there. It was still a very solid episode nonetheless. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and check out the links down below in the description for my other forms of social media. As always, big shout out goes out to my Patreon supporters, including the Marvelous Jan. Thank you so much for pledging to the $10 tier. As such, you will receive a spoken shoutout and a written shoutout at the end of every video, plus additional exclusive early access content on the Patreon page from time to time. Thank you so much for watching this video. Once again, my name is TannerFishies, and with that, I bid you farewell.